The Big Show on Hoytey. Thanks to Night and Day. For the best milkshakes, thick shakes, and super thick shakes.
Don't fight it. It's time to go up a size. This is the biggest.
This is the biggest.
Our biggest show. The Hoytey Big Show. With Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue, and Keeeeyzie.
It's the Hoytey Big Show, all right. It is also Wednesday, March 27th, 2024. And, of course, the Big Show is brought to you by Night and Day. Keeeeyzie here, and unfortunately just Keeeeyzie. We've got old Pugson in Studio B, so he'll be popping in and out as well, but unfortunately old Mogi, his wife's having surgery today. Jace has been off dealing with a family situation. He will be back tomorrow, so for today only, it is a Hoytey Big Show Best of Special. Also, plenty of chances for you to win power tools thanks to Placemakers. Get yourself in the draw to join us in Brisbane with the NRL's Magic Round, and plenty of $50 night and day vouchers on offer as well. The first slot, by the way, will be going out shortly, so text through on 3483. Where are you listening to the show? What are you wearing? Are you a rogue stallion? Are you a sick son of a bee? All that sort of stuff. And we'll get into some super groove to kick things off.
The Hoytey Big Show podcast.
It is Bon Jovi on the Hoytey Big Show with Keeeeyzie. Mike and Jace will be back on deck tomorrow. In the meantime, a best of the Big Show moment as brought to you by Pugson. G'day, mate.
Hey, man. How are you?
Yeah, really good. How are you?
Yeah, good. It's Bon Jovi, by the way.
Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or Bon Jovi.
So glad I brought you in for this.
Yeah, well, good, man.
What's this clip you've got for us there, Pugs?
Oh, look, the multi-talented Jason Mike, never afraid to share their stories and their coloured history, if you might say. And this one was an unusual talent of theirs of swallowing swords.
I'll be honest with you, sometimes we didn't get it right. And there was a couple of occasions, probably because we were pretty steamed, Mogi, we had the wrong swords.
Oh, you have like a sabre.
Yeah, so there's been a bit of carnage over the years that is sort of scar tissue and so forth. Before that, actually, we were fire breathers.
Right.
Until one day I got a bit carried away and set the audience alight.
Right.
And there were like 13 fatalities. But I don't know if it flares, I don't know how it goes for you, but it flares up for me every now and then, weirdly enough, in the summer periods.
Yeah, no, there's some truth there. I think we had a lot of trouble when, let's say you'd be swallowing one of the 9 inches.
Yes.
And,
yeah.
you'd be sort of right up to the hilt there down your gob.
Oh, yeah, I was gagging.
And I'd see something in the crowd and I'd go, geez, eyes to the front, Hoytey Jane. Of course, you'd immediately whip your head down to have a geese.
Yeah.
And that'll sort of rip you up pretty bad there. And
Could you do the thing where you stick it in and then you like bend over and bow to the audience with it?
Oh, yeah, you just got the trick with that is to make sure you just bend at the neck.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That seems...
Yeah.
Because I would think, I don't have no knowledge on this sort of thing, but I'd think that's really bad and that would lead to scar tissue in the throat.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
That's the trick.
That's the trick.
But it's more interesting from a crowd's point because it's pretty boring if someone puts a sword in their mouth and then they just bow.
Well, I mean, it's pretty...
What's interesting is when you bow at the neck and then blood pours out.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Or it just pierces straight through.
Yeah.
You might have noticed a couple of scars at the back of my neck there, Keeeeyzie, where I did the bow, and the old sword just punctured right through.
And what was harder, because obviously that's really impressive and dangerous with that, but the fire spitting, is it you have to coat your mouth and stuff and then swallow flammable liquid and spit it out, is that right?
No, it's just, you just get a gob full of any kind of alcohol, really.
Yeah, usually body.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you just light it and spit it out.
Yeah, just get a Bic lighter in front of your face and then... It's incredible because all you can see is flame.
Yeah, wow.
Totally.
There's no skill in it. Like a lot of people think it's controlled mayhem, but there's no control. It's only mayhem,
right.
Especially when you set the front row at the circus on fire.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Pandemonium.
And I only got into the fire eating just by mistake, actually, Keeeeyzie. And it was because I'd been, I was sculling the old voddy there, lit a dart, and then boom. And I thought, I was actually the one that came up with it.
And P.T. Barnum walked past and goes, hang on a minute.
Yeah, hang about. That actually could work in the circus.
And at the time, Mogi had a sword down his mouth.
Yeah. Well, he used to do that just for fun anyway. It was like
the
your
first
party
time
trick.
I did it, man, actually, was because we'd broken out of prison, hadn't we? And I had the keys for the handcuffs, and I had the key in my mouth.
Right.
Yes.
And old Hoytey J slapped me on the back. He said, "Ice to the front, Mogi," when we saw somebody walking past.
Well,
I swallowed the key, and I had to use a sword to dig down to my stomach to get it out.
You had to use a sword for that.
Yeah.
Far
I couldn't
out.
find a coat hanger.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay. Seems weird that they let prisoners have a sword. But that's all good. And so, do you still do it? sword swallowing, or just the pork swords
Oh,
nowadays?
I think we.
Yes, the big show will be back in full tomorrow from 4 o'clock, folks. Up next, your chance to join us in Brisbane, Magic Round, the NRL. So keep your ears peeled, or is it your eyes peeled? I think it's the second one. Anyway, be ready to call 0800 Hodaki when you hear that cue to call. In the meantime, Eels, Mr. E's Beautiful Blues. It's Hodaki.
The Hodaki Big Show, weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Red Hot Chili Peppers, Love Roller Coaster on the Hodaki Big Show. Just Keeeeyzie, Mike and Jace back tomorrow from 4. A lot of texts in on 3483. People saying where they are, what they're wearing in this glorious nation of ours. G'day, lads. Penny's here spudding over the Rimu Tuckers, sitting in my greasy undies with my old mate Bog, who's in a nappy. Shout out to you two weirdos who always seem to be spudding over the Rimatuckers. I'm at the Night and Day in Wellsford, wearing nothing but a life jacket, fiending for a thick shake. That's good to hear. Make sure you go for the super thick and suck it hard. Actually, and just on that, here's a text on 3483. How much hard sucking is required to knock back a Night and Day super thick shake, Keeeeyzie? I want to find out. The best way to find out is to head on down to your nearest Night and Day, get a super thick shake, and just start sucking. And also, don't forget, if you're at the Night and Day, ask for the Hoytey J special, which is a super heavy, super thick shake, a large pie, and a XL box of tissues for you to blow your massive honker on there, and 4 packets of cheese balls, and that'll run you in the vicinity of about $12. It's an absolute bargain.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Pearl Jam, it is the fixer on the Hodaki Big Show. Wednesday Arvo with Keeeeyzie, Jason, Mike back tomorrow. In the meantime, Pug's-san, he's in the studio with me right now. Pugs, you've walked in with a piping hot best of the Big Show moment. Lay it on me.
Ooh, it's so hot, Keeeeyzie.
Yeah, nice.
This is a special one. Obviously, Jason and Mike, both parents, and sometimes we're lucky enough to learn about some of their experiences of raising kids.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's a rite of passage for any parent that they come home one day and they find out that their kid has had a little bit of a shindig at the house without them. And that's what happened to one Mike Minogue.
We sort of got up there to Cape Reinga about 19 hours into it and went, forgot the kid.
Frank, what?
Not who?
Who's
Frankly.
Janet.
Janet.
Yeah.
Right.
My daughter, Janet.
Tinker.
And no, we had Tinker, thank God.
Oh.
I would have been worried sick. And, we've spoken about it here before, but she's quite switched on, my daughter, so I wasn't that bothered about it, even though she's 4.5. Pretty clued up. And, thought it'll be all good. And we got back in today, and she had a hoor of a party.
Yeah.
An absolute hoor of a party.
What, like a house party?
A house party.
Wow.
Yeah, the place was the holes in the wall.
Yeah.
She had all her mates over from early childhood education place. You know what I mean?
Sure, yeah.
Got them all over, and it was just hell for leather. They've gotten into the sugar, you see.
Right.
And then they just drawn all over the walls. My wife recently bought my daughter a pack of bath crayons.
Right,
They'd gotten into those, drawn all over the bath.
Oh,
You're
no.
saying there was a coil in one of the bedrooms?
Oh, well, some of these kids, man, I don't know what the parents are doing, but they're still wearing nappies at 4.5.
Sure, yeah.
Absolutely unbelievable.
Well, hang on, you left your kid behind for 2 nights.
Yeah,
you know,
but
so
I've
you're not really,
raised her
Right.
to be able to
So is she independent?
sort of look after the joint.
Right.
Yeah. Well, she's smart enough to be able to send out a group email to invite all her mates over, right?
Exactly.
Set
they-
up a WhatsApp group.
Do they even have an email? I didn't even realise you'd have an email.
Oh,
today.
yeah.
And talk to all the parents and say it was all fine and tickety-boo.
And that we were going to be home. That was
Yes.
the thing that hurt the most. But yeah, just absolutely trashed the joint. So I don't really know what to do moving forward. See, do I trust her? Can I trust her now?
Well,
I think it's a rite of passage.
Yeah.
Especially when you're that age.
what, 4?
Yeah.
And a half.
4.5. I think it's a rite of passage, Mogi.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things you go, okay, I'll take that on the chin.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I shoulder some of the responsibility.
Well,
Yeah, you left her. Yeah.
Well, you know,
And hang on, the other thing too
who
that I
hasn't left their kids behind?
That's true.
You know
not
what I
at
mean?
4
That's
though.
true.
This is like the plot of Home Alone almost.
It was like that.
Yeah.
Since she was younger, yeah.
Yeah. How many friends does she have? Because when I was 4, I think I didn't have.
Well, the trouble
friends.
is that it sort of all gets out on the network. So she's got about 30 or 40 close mates down at the daycare there.
Right.
But then it just it's like you remember being a teenage, Keeeeyzie.
Yeah.
Teenager, and there'd be these huge parties on. Everyone's saying, "Nah, Keeeeyzie, you stay home, but we're going to this party."
Oh,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah.
that. There'd be hundreds of the bastards there. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Having a
yeah,
good time.
yeah.
So there was quite a few, I think.
And
Neighbours were terrified.
They all turn up and Dave invited me.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like, Dave, okay. Just on you, Keeeeyzie. I mean,
Well, we don't have to. We can just keep it on mic.
You got to remember that you had a very isolated childhood, though. You know what I mean? You were often sickly. So, and when I spoke to Mon about that, just very quick, I don't want to digress here from Mogi's
feels like
story,
you do.
but she said she was always a bit reticent about letting you out because of cold air and going to parties and germs and stuff.
Yeah, well, when I was 4, absolutely, yes.
But yeah, I reckon that's all good, Mogi.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I was experiencing a little bit of guilt, but...
Well, I kind of feel like you should just have a wee bit just because it was, 2 whole nights.
What do you know about it?
Well, that she's 4.
Yeah, you haven't had any kids, man.
Yeah, I haven't actually. It's true, I haven't. So
your sperm's all right?
As far as I'm aware.
Keeeeyzie?
Yeah.
Are they?
I think so.
You've been drinking a lot.
This is chemical, bro. Oh, yeah, can't wait for tomorrow when those boys are back. And yes, my sperms are A-OK, I think. I don't know. Anyway, the dudes, be mine tonight. It's the Hoytey Big Show.
The Hoytey Big Show podcast.
Here they come. Try time! Holy cow, the Warriors. Oh, yeah.
Up the Warriors, baby! It's the Big Show in Brizzy for the NRL Magic Round. Is there anyone out there? Let's go to the phones.
Let's go to the phones, all right, for what is going to be one of the best prizes of 2024. Joining myself, Hoytey J, Mogi, and Pug San as well in Brizzy, mid-May. All 8 games of the NRL that round are happening at Suncorp Stadium in Brisbane, the home of rugby league. And you could be joining us as well, you and a mate, thanks to our friends at boystrip.co.nz. Free flights, accommodation, insurance, transfers, and tickets to all the games. Let's go to the lines. Penny, you mad bastard, how's life?
Good, mate. Yourself?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. How's Masterton today?
Pretty good, as always.
Yeah, it's always bloody beautiful down in Masterton. You a big rugby league fan, mate?
Oh, I'm a big rugby league fan, mate.
Bloody good, bloody good. And if you do win this prize, Penny, who are you going to take with you?
I'll be taking my mate fucking Bob.
Oh, sounds like a bloody legend. Let me guess, you guys are spudding over the Reematuckers right now.
You fucking better believe it.
Good stuff, Penny. You're in the draw, mate. Tom, how's the Hawke's Bay, mate?
Oh, not too bad, Keeeeyzie. How yourself?
Yeah, I'm always good, Tom. I'm always good. You a big rugby league fan?
Oh, I love my rugby league, mate.
Bloody good, bloody good. Listen, it's a few days away with the big show in Brizzy, watching a lot of rugby league, mate. Can you handle that?
Oh, I mean, mate, all for it. All for it. I'm up for it.
Bloody ripper. And who would you take with you if you do win?
Oh, one of the boys, I'd say.
Yeah, one of the fellas. All right, Tom, that sounds good, mate. You hold the line. Pug Sam will chuck you in the draw. If you're gutted because you missed out, don't worry, plenty more opportunities to get yourself in the draw. Just keep listening to Hoytey, all right?
This is the house that funk built.
The Hoytey Big Show, weekdays at 4 on Radio Hoytey.
It's just about 5 o'clock on the Hoytey Big Show, folks. More to come after 5, including your chance to win a sweet $500 Milwaukee power tool, thanks to our mates at Placemakers and the Monster Tool Sale. So get ready to call 0800 Hoytey. Also, a best bit courtesy of Jason Hoyt, involving a very spooky story of the time he was home alone. I don't remember it at all. So what happens when you're on the show is each day passes, you don't really remember what you did last week or the week before that, and then you're reminded when Pug Son comes in with a piping hot best bit. More to come after 5, folks, so make sure you stay tuned.
The Hoytey Big Show podcast. Catch them weekdays from 4 on Radio Hoytey.
Oh, is it? Or is it just Keeeeyzie? Because the other two have got the day off. Nah, it's all good. Old Mogi, his wife's having surgery today. Jace is on his way back from a family situation. He'll be back on board tomorrow. The big show will be back up and running. Just in time for a 4-day break for Easter, actually. You may as well take tomorrow off as well and have a long weekend. Keeeeyzie is here, though, don't you worry, as is Pug Son. He's got plenty of best of the big show moments on the way next. Also, great tunes, information on how you can win yourself a special backbone snowboard. Of course, power tools, courtesy of Placemakers. It's all happening, and who could forget? After 6, what's for tea in New Zealand? It's a crowd favourite, award-winning stuff. In the meantime, it is Blur. Girls and boys, feel free to text me on 3483. Let me know where you are, what you're wearing, all that stuff. Plenty of $50 night and day vouchers to go around for everybody.
The Hodaki Big Show, weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Ah, been there, man. It shook me all night long. AC/DC, it is the Big Show with Keeeeyzie and also Pug's son, a man who has shaken plenty of people all night long and then some, Pugs?
There's a bit of a debacle going on outside the studio.
There is a debacle. Yeah, it's quite full on.
Yeah, it's quite full on. Anyway, this is a pretty Hundy's best bit, man. Usually we keep it pretty light on the Big Show.
Right.
But I don't think I've ever heard such a harrowing tale as Jason Hoyt when he's home alone.
So I get home. My wife's not home.
Oh, is that appropriate music?
Because she's... Oh, yeah.
Okay.
She's doing Pilates. She does Pilates.
Freaky.
So she wasn't home, so there was none of that, Keeeeyzie.
Oh, okay, yeah, cool.
So I walk inside. I'm feeling a bit frazzled for some reason. It's just a long day yesterday. And I walk into the kitchen and I turn the light on. Go to turn the light on in the kitchen and click, click.
Click, click.
Click, click.
Yeah.
Why are you hitting it twice?
What?
You turn it on and off, on and off, on and off, on and off, on and off.
What the actual is going on here?
I don't know. What was going on?
The light didn't come on. Right?
Right.
So it was just black. So I'm just walking into this black kitchen.
Right.
I go into the fridge and I open the fridge up thinking, what's going on here?
What was that?
That's me opening the fridge. She's an old fridge.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so it's about, I need to oil the hinges and stuff.
Yeah.
But get this, look in the fridge, dead black. No little, fridgy lights.
Like a fridge light,
Because normally when you open the fridge, it's like...
What's that?
Just like the lights and the sort of hum and stuff.
Your light hum.
Oh, yeah,
you know
right.
how your fridge hums? Yeah.
Especially the old ones.
Which I find quite comforting.
Yeah.
So there wasn't that. I'm in pitch darkness. Then I go, oh my God, what's going on here?
Yeah.
No power in the fridge either. Open the pantry.
Hang on a minute. Can you go back and close the fridge, man? You're going to let all the cold air out.
Dug, dug.
Yep.
Open up the pantry.
Was there a dog in there?
Well, no, there's a screw. I think that sometimes I think it's been put in there too tight.
Right.
So it's quite squeaky.
Oh,
Just
right.
leave it. Just leave it.
Open up the look at the microwave, which is inside the pantry there.
Oh, yeah.
And push the microwave door open.
Yeah. Is that squeaky too?
Yeah. It's quite an old microwave.
Right.
And my microwave's not working either, Moki. No power, mate. Dead as a dodo. Close the door on that. Duk, duk. Then I go and check my toaster because I was quite peckish by then. I was thinking, how am I going to eat anything?
Yeah.
Push the sort of thing down. Gug, 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 gug. Nothing.
Oh, God.
Just kept, it wouldn't stay down. It just kept popping back up
Yeah.
again.
Did you put bread in it?
Pardon?
Did you put bread in it?
Well, no, because it wasn't working.
Oh,
Keeeeyzie.
so you're just testing it?
Yeah,
Far
so
out.
go and check my stove. I mean, am I going to be able to eat here, think I?
Oh, God.
Am I going to be able to eat? I'm starving. Didn't buy any cheese balls or anything on the way home. So I checked the oven. Open up the oven door.
Did you stand on the cat?
Yeah, it did too, because I couldn't see anything because it was dark.
Yeah. That'll happen.
Teach the little bastard for coming inside anyway. No oven, Mogi. No oven.
God.
Like, what the actual...
What about your kettle? Did your kettle work?
No kettle.
Oh, you haven't got it? You don't own a
I've
kettle?
got a kettle, but it didn't work.
Didn't work. Did you try pushing down the button?
Pardon?
Did you try pushing down the
Yes, I
button?
did. Dug, dug, dug,
Oh,
dug.
God, it's
Jeez.
not working.
Well, it's not a button, it's more of a lever.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like a click.
Oh, yeah, I know the
Cook.
ones.
Cook.
Yeah.
That didn't work. Coffee machine, no go. I'll make myself a coffee at least. No go. Because usually it's like, when you do the beans and stuff.
Yeah.
And then when
Does
you
it do the milk as well?
Yeah. None of that was going on.
Yeah, right.
Why?
Far out.
There was no power in it.
Oh,
Oh, God.
And I'm like,
so
oh,
what was
my-
it? So there's no lights, the fridge isn't working, the
Yes.
microwave's not working, the kettle's not working, the toaster's not working, the stove isn't working, the coffee machine's not working.
Yeah. Oh, it was a fuse.
Was it a fuse?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I went down to the fuse box, because I've got a little cover on the box.
Yeah.
Took that off the fuse box.
Yeah.
Looked up and went, oh, there she is. Click. Boom. Everything clicked into gear
Bloody
again.
fridge is open, microwave's open, toaster's on, kettle's on,
You
coffee
know what-
machine's
and
on,
what-
oven's on.
What really gets my goat too, because it always stuffs
Grinds
up,
your goat.
It gets deep inside it. It always stuffs up the time on my bloody oven. You know?
So you have to
Oh,
reset
yes.
that, right?
And I never know how to do that.
That is a bastard.
Ding, 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 ding. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. But yeah, freaky stuff.
That's
man.
so
Did you
freaky.
go to your bedroom and close the door?
Yeah, I did too, because I needed a rest.
The big show is back in full from 4 o'clock tomorrow, folks. Coming up next for you, well, shortly anyway, your chance to win a power tool thanks to Placemakers. Get ready to call 0800 Hodaki when I tell you to. In the meantime, wrap your ears around some Weezer.
Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Patience, Guns Roses on the Hodaki Big Show Wednesday, Arvo, with Keeeeyzie, Mike and Jace back tomorrow. In the meantime, we've got Pug's son on board with us, and Pug's just over a week's time, next Thursday, the 4th of April. If you are in the Auckland area, you can come along and watch the Big Show live from the Bridgman pub on Dominion Road.
Yeah, I'm tentatively excited about that one.
Yeah, oh, okay.
Yeah. It'll be sick. The concert will be great.
Because
obviously Jason and Mike do a really good live show.
Oh. What do you mean, Jason Mike? I mean, Keeeezee's going to be there. What's the matter, man? What's wrong?
I'm just a bit anxious, Keeeezie, that's all.
Okay.
And I'm not trying to flog a dead horse, so I'll let Breakfast do it for me. If you just want to play that little audio piece there.
Oh, okay.
If that's all right, just on your wall there, Keeeezie.
Yeah, I can see it.
Button.
I've got it. Yeah,
cool.
I know how to do it, Pugs.
Cool.
Jesus.
The good news is that I've already spilled a coffee.
Yeah.
All over the trestle table, which is quite impressive. Luckily, not like Keeeezie, it didn't end up going on Mash's computer.
Oh, wow. So Breakfast even knows about the incident last week.
I think everybody knows about the incident, Keeeezie, because production on the big show's really slowed down over the last week.
So what happened? We were in Rotorua last week for the Big Show Crankworks. It was bloody exciting. There was a giant pint of beer beside a
standy,
which is pretty standy, to be honest.
Yeah,
right beside the text machine, which is on Pugs' very expensive MacBook Pro.
Absolutely, and the MacBook Pro is not that important. I only do every single part of my job off the MacBook Pro. I make the Big Show videos on the MacBook Pro, the memes, just about everything there.
Literally everything.
Emails,
the podcast.
Yeah, that's right.
The whole shebang. So an entire pint of beer went into the MacBook Pro, and if that wasn't bad enough, I then poured 4 shots of tequila and a Jaeger bomb into it just to really get things going.
Yeah, at that point you were sort of saying, this will show him, old Pug son.
Yeah, this will really show him. And if he's not going to drink with me, his laptop will. So how much of an inconvenience was it?
Oh, look, man, it was pretty tough. I managed to get another laptop the next day.
Okay, that's good.
So that was a rough sort of 24-hour period for me, Keeeezie.
Right, okay.
Because then quite honestly, what it did do is I was supposed to make, you would have seen the Placemakers video at Hodaki Big Show.
Yes.
I was supposed to make that video, and I couldn't make the video, but I got the new laptop just in time on Friday to then have to make the video on Friday night after the show.
Friday night. I am so sorry, mate. At least I was incredibly remorseful.
Oh, you were, and I really appreciated it. You even put a couple of little, like a tea towel or something. It was quite funny at the broadcast because the staff, lovely staff there at Brew Craft Beer Pub there, I ran up to them when you spilled the beer.
Yeah.
And I said to them, hey, look, somebody's just spilled a drink on the laptop. Can I get a tea towel? And they just looked at me for like 5 seconds.
They freaked
and then
out.
I went like, and you won't be able to see, but I like jolted myself. I was like, come on.
It's dying right now.
It's literally drowning in beer.
Yeah, that's my bad, Pugs. And I'm glad, look, I'm sorry about the Friday night thing. I'll find a way to make it up to you. I will, however, have another pint of beer next to a laptop this coming Thursday. No, sorry, next Thursday.
Yeah, man. It's going to be great. I might bring my pint of beer over to the MacBook as well.
You know what I'll do? I'll bring my laptop, and if I spill one into yours, you can spill it into mine.
Sounds great.
So if you are in the Auckland area, come to the Bridgman on Dominion Road Thursday, the 4th of April. The Incubus is going to be there. It is a sweet bus put on that's going to be going to Trust Arena after the show for the live and Incubus gig. We've also got a whole heap of double passes to give away. Backbone T-shirts are on every single seat of the bus as well, thanks to Woodstock, Canadian Whiskey and Dry Ginger Ale and Lemonade. But the Bridgman, Dom Road, next Thursday, the 4th of April.
Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Faith no more falling to pieces. It is the Radio Hodaki Big Show with just Keeeezie. Mike and Jace are away. Both will be back on deck tomorrow, 4 p.m. though. And of course, at any point, you can check out the Hodaki Big Show's podcast selection. Every show we've ever done and every outro as well available wherever you get your podcasts from. Just search Hodaki Big Show. Now, folks, it is there's no denying winter is on its way. We've got a wee bit of daylight saving left, but soon it's going to be dark. It's going to be cold. So you may as well be hitting the mountains and shredding the gnar, which I believe is a snowboarding term. Basically, our friends at the Bottle-O have put together one hell of a prize pack to actually get you fizzed up for winter. It is your chance to win a Money Can't Buy Radio Hoytey Backbone snowboard and cash towards a ski season pass to the mountain of your choice. All you have to do is text the word snow to 3483. Get yourself in the draw. That is snow to 3483. If you want something new, the Bottle-O offers a range of new arrivals. Head in store today. Bit of Tom Petty, Free Fallin'. Hopefully you won't be free falling off that new Backbone snowboard. So good.
The Hoytey Big Show, weekdays at 4 on Radio Hoytey.
Dandy Warhols on the Hoytey Big Show. It is 5:38 this Wednesday afternoon. And, of course, it is time to give away some tools thanks to our mates at Placemakers.
Tune.
Big tune. The Monster Tool sale is on right now, folks. It is the final week, so if you would like to go and get the best prices on the best tools, either head into your local Placemakers or jump online. The sale ends 31st of March, all right? So get in there now. You might also be able to grab some of the sweet prizes they have on offer. Pugs, you know how this game works, eh?
Yeah, man.
We're going to list 10 tools. The lucky listener on the phone will then have 10 seconds to name 5 of them. We game a memory there. Let's go to the lines. Stu, you mad bastard. How's life, mate?
Good, Keeeeyzie. How are you?
Yeah, bloody good, man. Where are you calling from?
Down in Milton.
Milton? Ugh, you're joking. How's Milton?
Lovely Milton at the moment. It was shit this morning. But good now.
Bloody good. What do you do for a crust, by the way, Stu?
A bit of a cleaner, caretaker type job.
Good on you, Stu. You massive backbone.
Oh, come on, man.
Pugs.
We've got to line that up.
Pugs, if you're going to come in here, you need to get on my wavelength.
The routine is to signal is, and then we say.
Yeah, no, you tell me the routine. That's good. Hey, Stu, do you know how the game works, mate?
Yeah, I've been listening.
Yeah, bloody good. So just quickly, I'm going to tell you anyway, you've got 10 seconds to list back at least 5 of the tools that Pugs and I list, all right? You ready to go?
Good.
All right, here we go. Pugs, you got your tools there, mate?
Am I going first?
Yeah, you know what? You go first.
All right, here we go. All right, Stu. In 3, 2, cheese ball duster.
Hammer.
Pooper scooper.
Sledgehammer.
Doodle jump.
Engineer's hammer.
Bullos clamp.
Claw hammer.
Tim the Toolman Taylor.
Getting hammered. All right, Stu, your time starts now, mate.
Tim the Toolman Taylor, getting hammered, claw hammer, and a cheese ball puff.
Cheese ball duster. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah. A cheese ball puff.
Pretty much.
Yeah, well, to be fair, neither tool really does exist. Congratulations, Stu, mate, because you are so sharp. You have won yourself a fantastic Milwaukee hammer drill driver. It is an M18 Fuel Gen 4, and that is worth over $500 thanks to Placemakers.
Thanks, mate.
No worries, man. You hold the line, and Pug Son will
run from Studio A to Studio B.
Man, he's quick as well. Another chance to win some tools thanks to Placemakers coming up tomorrow as well. So stick with us here on The Big Show. Oh, is that Tame Impala? What?
The Hoytey Big Show, weekdays at 4 on Radio Hoytey.
It is the Hoytey Big Show. It's also almost 6 o'clock. Coming up after 6, everyone's favourite segment, What's for Tea New Zealand. So start texting through on 3483 right now. Let me know what is happening on your dinner plate. Also, what's on TV with old Mogi, who isn't here, who will be back tomorrow, along with Jace. So in the meantime, old Pug Son will be coming through and we'll be talking TV.
Hoytey Big Show podcast. Catch them weekdays from 4 on Radio Hoytey.
It is the Big Show with just Keeeeyzie, old Hoytey J and Mogi back on deck tomorrow. Pug Son is through though, mate. And the reason I brought you through is because we've had some people text through, a couple of texts, 3483, saying since the fellas are away, can you and Pug Son do some gaming chat?
Gaming chat with Keeeeyzie and Pug Son.
That's right. It's a it's a segment we've been wanting to get off the ground. For some reason, Hoytey Joe especially has been very anti it.
Yeah.
But we'll do that maybe next. In the meantime, though, we have to do the crowd favourite, which of course is. Oh yeah, hey guys, text here from Steve. What's for tea, New Zealand? With me, Keeeeyzie.
A favourite sting of mine.
Were you fighting the urge just then to go ba 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 ba?
You know what, man? I wasn't.
Yeah, good on your Pugs, mate. Backbone.
That's not how I intended that sting to be.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we would have recorded it.
Yeah, that's right. Nah, good work on that sting. And the thing I like is the subtle.
Yeah.
You hear as part of the music. It always cracks me up. Pugs, what's for dinner tonight, mate? Because
they call that ear candy.
Ear candy, it is.
Candy for the ears.
Ear chocolate. What are you doing tonight for dinner, mate? Because you have recently moved into a studio apartment type setup.
Yeah.
Yep.
Going studio styles on the meals as well, man. Real bachelor stuff. So I was just saying to you before about my fridge and how it's looking rather desolate, apart from some essentials. So the crux of my dinners at the moment is variants of chicken wraps.
Yeah, okay.
So I think the other night I had just a air-fried seasoned chicken breast, and I think tonight I might go for a little crumb action there.
Okay.
A little flouring,
Panko.
little breading, if you will, with some chili flakes and some other spices.
Do you go like just the classic mayo and sriracha hot sauce mix?
I've got I like hot sauce, and I've got a buffalo flavoured hot sauce, which I'm massively into at the moment. One night I might do a Mexican style chicken wrap. You know, it's just about getting stuff that you can switch around. It's like outfits, Keeeeyzie.
Yeah,
You know,
man.
you go, maybe I could pair this with this and this at a later date.
Yeah, that's cool stuff, man.
What are you having for dinner, Keeeeyzie?
Tonight we're having a slow-cooked beef curry, but I just got a text from my wife saying she can't be bothered.
Oh.
And I text back saying, well, it's slow-cooked, so you kind of have to make it in the arvo.
Yes.
And I said, you know what, stuff it. Let's just have a slap-together meal.
I love a slap-together meal,
I said, I'll have baked beans on toast, man, keen as. You know, like that's a slap-together for me.
I think we got different standards of slap-together.
Oh, we got different standards in a lot of things, Pugs. A few texts here on 3483. G'day. Hey, guys. Steve here from Hamilton.
Is that Steve from the Sting?
Yeah.
Same Steve?
Same guy.
Crazy.
Yeah, man, he's so active on the texts. He's having fish and chips tonight with the family. G'day, Keeeeyzie. Having bao buns and pork mince, mate. Hope you're well.
Oh,
Bullshit
bit of Keeeeyzie action.
Bit of Keeeeyzie action. I have it occasionally, and for some reason,
do you miss it?
Every night I'm eating pork mince. Yes, I do.
Because you've been banned what's the time frame for the ban?
Well, it's been like 2 days.
Oh, really?
And
God, it feels like years.
I'm getting the shivers, Pugs. I'm getting the shakes, man.
Pork mince withdrawals.
Anyway, up next, what's on the old PlayStation with Pugs?
The Hoytey Big Show podcast.
I'm on fire, Bruce Springsteen. It is the Hoytey Big Show with Keeeeyzie and also Pug's son. Jason Mike will be back on deck with us tomorrow. In the meantime, due to, 2 texts asking if we do gaming chat, we've decided to fire up a brand new segment. It's called What's on the Old PlayStation with Keeeeyzie and Pugs.
Wait, isn't this...
I use this music for everything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm going to get rid of it. Pugs, what are you playing at the moment there, man?
Oh, man, we talk about it a lot. Elden Ring never gets old on the old PlayStation 5 there that you guys so graciously gifted me. I love the game. I have a good friend of mine and also Maniat from the ACC. Both starting Elden Ring for the first time.
Right. So if you don't know what Elden Ring is, it's basically a big open world fantasy swords and stuff, but it's notoriously very difficult.
Yes.
It's designed for you not to be chill and just sit on the couch. It's designed
super not chill.
Yeah, it's a very hard thing to beat all the bosses and stuff, but very rewarding.
That's right.
And
so
you've recently finished it.
It's a joyous experience playing it for the first time, isn't it?
It really is.
Because you work so hard, I mean, as far as video games go, you work so hard, but the rewards are pretty crazy, and you get to see more of this incredible world that George R. Martin
from Game of Thrones
and the other fella
Miyazaki, they created it together.
That's right.
It's a very. And what would you give it out of 10? That game?
I would give it a 9.
Wow.
Or an 8.5 at lowest.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Because for me, I think I'd give it a 9.5 out of 10, and it is up into my top 3 games of all time.
Well, I would agree. It's also in my top 3 games of all time. My main issue with it, and I'm not the first person to say this, but in the game, there's quite often some disparities in the rewards you get for fighting different enemies.
Right,
so you might fight this crazy, insane boss, and you get X amount of whatever runes in the game or coins, as you might say. And then you might fight another small one-off dude for the same amount of stuff.
Right, I see.
And the disparity there is sort of where I'm like, well...
I would say that's kind of a wee bit nitpicky, though. You know what?
It is,
usually
absolutely.
when you're dissing a game, it's usually for a major flaw.
Yeah.
So, no, but I'm saying that's kind of good for them, right?
Oh,
That's the only thing.
As far as criticisms go.
Yeah. Absolutely. Okay, so that's good. An 8.5 or a 9 out of 10 for Elden Ring. As I say, 9.5 for me. I recently, last night, finished the brand new Spider-Man 2 game on PlayStation 5. If you haven't played it, it's for a casual everyday gamer, right? That's the idea of that game. There is Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man Miles Morales, and then Spider-Man 2. 3 sick games you can download right now, play them back to back to back, and it is like watching and playing as a Spider-Man in the Spider-Man movie. It is amazing.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had more fun moving in a game, ever.
It's addictive. You get to swing around the entire of Manhattan there, and the second game is they really ramp up the sort of the action and the cinematography and stuff. It is bloody crazy, actually.
Fresh after finishing the game, what would you rate it?
8 out of 10.
Wow.
Reason being that I did all 3 games in a row, and I'd played the first 2 before, and I was sick of being Spider. I have this thing where, because you're so powerful, you can beat everyone up, right?
Yes.
I like Elden Ring, where you're a piece of shit and you can die straight away and lose everything.
Yes, yeah.
And so I want to go back to being punished a wee bit. You know, I like being punished, Pugs.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Yeah, man. I do. I really like it. It's so good.
Can you not look at me
Nah,
like that?
man. It's on.
The Hodaki Big Show. Weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Weta. Calling on the Hodaki Big Show with Keeeeyzie and Pugs. Jason Micah back on deck tomorrow. But right now it's time for...
What's on the telly with Mike Minogue.
Yeah.
Damn, we really had
It was good there, man.
a climax
It
there.
was like monks in a monastery just chanting in unison. You know what I mean, man?
Bit racist, but all good.
What?
Huh?
Hey, what have you been watching, Pugs? What did you watch last night?
Oh, man, this is going to really line up with so many listeners. Married at First Sight Australia.
I was about to say it better, because going from video games chat into Married at First Sight chat could be a real
just
death
two
blow.
of the worst things you can have on a screen for so many people. Married at First Sight, man, it is popping off. I was really behind, but I was I was in between places, and I was staying with a friend before I signed on to this new apartment.
Oh, yeah, then what happened?
And then we fired up a bit of Married at First Sight. Man, I've never felt more comfortable ripping people apart.
Yeah, that's what it's for, right?
Absolutely. It's like putting people on a pedestal to immediately break them down.
Yeah, which is what they sign up for. They want to be famous. They want to be on TV. This is the way it's going to happen.
Some of the people on the show are just abhorrent characters.
Well, I met one of the blokes who was on Married at First Sight New Zealand. And he was one of the worst humans I've ever met.
Yeah, so that's kind of what you're dealing with.
And I was like, oh, okay, you want it to be on TV, I can tell by your personality, which is incredibly annoying. Yeah.
Yes, and unfortunately, a lot of it, you don't want to criticize people's appearance.
No.
But some of the style choices made by some of the people on the show don't tend to do well for the stereotypes of how they are as people. Does that make sense?
Yes,
like the way that they
absolutely.
dress themselves kind of lend to how they are as people. And it doesn't do well for those style choices.
Right, okay.
There's one dude on there with a giant man bun.
Yeah, cool.
So that kind of tells you everything you need to know about him.
Yeah, unless there's people listening with a man bun, in which case, all goods.
Well, do they have a nipple ring as well?
Oh, hope
like
not.
this guy?
I hope
exactly. What are you watching?
Last night, I watched episode 2 of Escaping Utopia on TVNZ Plus. It is...
I've never heard of it.
One of the greatest documentaries I've watched made in New Zealand in a long time. It is about... it's a full-blown expose on Gloria Vale. And it's not like, following around, this is what everyday life is like. It is the history of, like, mental abuse, sexual abuse, and all this crazy shit that is allowed to happen in this small Christian community.
Yep.
And after watching 2 episodes, there's a 3rd episode to watch, and it's on TVNZ Plus. I am like... The cops need to shut this place down.
See, I feel like the fact that so many people already know how atrocious Gloria Vale is, the fact that this documentary is having this impact on you...
Well, I knew...
After knowing so much of what already goes on.
I mean, you know what sort of goes on and stuff, but this actually is just like, this is the stuff that has happened, has been through the courts.
Right.
It features interviews from current members looking to get out, former members, people that live in the town nearby who have like a railroad system of trying to help current people get out of there.
Holy.
It is one of the best doco series I've watched in a long time. And the weird thing was, there could be someone from Gloria Vale listening to this show right now, secretly.
I mean, Gloria Vale, notorious huge fans of the Hodaki Big Show.
Huge Big Show fans.
Yeah.
You drive past there, you'll hear them dedooging and
huge
backboning.
fans of gaming chat as well.
Yeah, they really love gaming chat. But if you are in Gloria Vale and you're listening right now, man, just get out.
Oh my God.
Pugs has got a spare space.
Please come to my apartment.
Come to Pugs' place. He'll look after you. It'll be all good, all right? And keep listening to the Big Show.
What are you watching that on?
That's on TVNZ Plus.
Great.
Free to air. It only came out 2 days ago.
Oh, let's go.
Mainline all three of them because they are fantastic.
The Hodarchy Big Show podcast.
It is Sheha Deb's night out on Radio Hodarchy Wednesday evening with Keeeeyzie, Mike and Jace back on deck tomorrow. If Deb's having a night out next week, make sure that it's Thursday night, the 4th of April in Auckland. Come along to the Bridgman Pub on Dominion Road and see the Big Show live, 4 till 7. Myself, Hoytey J and old Mogi. Plenty of free stuff to be had, Backbone T-shirts, bar tabs, etc. And also a chance to win a few double passes to go along to the Incubus and live concert, which is happening that night at Trusts Arena. We are also putting on a Radio Hodarchy Incubus, which is a bus that basically park up at the Bridgman from 4, listen to the Big Show till 7, and then jump on the Incubus and head out to Trusts. That is your entire afternoon and evening sorted. We've got plenty of double passes too, so if you don't even have tickets yet, come along and that could be your night sorted. It is all thanks to Woodstock Canadian Whiskey and Dry, Ginger Ale and Lemonade. Next Thursday, the 4th of April, 4 p.m, even if you're not going to the gig, come on down to the Bridgman and watch the Big Show live, and I will try not to spill a pint of beer into a, $3,000 laptop? Maybe.
The Hodarchy Big Show podcast.
Well, that is the Big Show done and dusted for your Wednesday afternoon. Jace and Mike will be back on board tomorrow, which is just excellent. Pugsan, though, thank you very much for your help today.
Hey, man, thanks for coming in and doing the show.
Hey.
Carrying it on your shoulders like a real backbone.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Douche. What are you doing tonight, man? What's the plan?
Well, I've actually got to stick around the office here at Radio Hodarchy. I've got a bit of extra work to do, and then I'm hoping that because I'm working later, I might be able to do a bit of stalking of Fred again. You know, the guy everybody's sort of buzzing about at the moment.
The DJ.
There's a rumour that he might be doing another little show. Maybe an after show for his show. So I don't know. I don't know what the deal is, but I'm hoping that maybe something will crop up.
Right, okay, I like that.
Because I missed out on tickets for the real show.
Yeah, and they're bloody expensive as well. So that's you sorted. Me, on the other hand, completely different. I'm going to go home, have baked beans on toast. My missus is going
Back beans.
Back beans, Pugs, so good. My wife's going to be playing netball, and so I'll probably eat baked beans and then jump on my PlayStation online with my mates.
Hell yeah.
Hell divers, actually.
Oh,
we'll be jamming that, and then put the wife to bed when she gets home, and then have a glass of port or whatever, and then I guess back to
play some more Hell divers.
I don't know. Hey, by the way, the Warriors are playing Sunday night against the Knights. If you want to win a double pass, jump on the old Radio Hodarchy Big Show Instagram.
Yeah,
there's a story that Pugs and I have filmed. You just have to jump on there, chuck a mate in the thing.
Yeah. Reply to the story there with who you want to take, and also give us your mobile number too, just in case, so we can collect that data and sell it off. Yeah. And then we'll pick a winner.
Sell it off to big data. Yeah. And so that's all you have to do. We've got a couple of double passes to give away, so get stuck in Hodarchy Big Show on Instagram and go and see the Waz. From myself, though, see you later. See you tomorrow, 4 o'clock, the old Big Show with the crew. Hey, Pugs.
Finish strong, Keeeeyzie.
Yeah, man, It's not like this one just fizzle out. Let's finish strong.
Yeah, sounds good.
It's important to finish.
Yeah, it's important. Yeah.